Okay, so this blog post the little movie you're about to see, is with Danger. And from time to time, I'm going to show you clips of Danger. Danger is going to be the star of a new movie. And so from time to time, I'll show you little bits and pieces of that movie. He's had a very interesting life so far. He is 14 weeks old, and I've had him basically since he was 7 weeks. Trying to introduce him to you a little at a time, but you're not going to see every day's work. It'll be mixed in with other things, but just by way of introduction, that is Watermarks Danger, and he is going to be, I've already applied for his license because he's going to be the star of stage and screen, and to do that you have to be part of the Screen Actors Guild, so we've already done our paperwork on that. So that's it. You know about Danger. He's a really nice fellow, right, Danger? You pretty good boy? So, but there's a lot of lessons that we can teach using Danger. So this little video is just a hint of what will come when we make a full movie about Danger. So today is going to be just about like yesterday. We're going to work on Traffic Cop, the beginnings of going back to home plate, beginnings of fetch, beginnings of here, beginnings of sit, and re-emphasizing the use of the electric collar conditioning, which is done on the sit command. I'm setting my miniature collar on a 2. On this collar it says 20, but it goes up to 100. So it's a minute, tiny little nick. So I'm going to put this on him first. Stay there, Danger. If I were a little more professional, I could have had this on already. Okay, sit there. And then comes the rope. Okay, you're going to have to use your new ramp. Come on, that's okay, you can do it. That's a boy. Good. All right. Well, come on. You know, I'm gonna mention something right now that I haven't gotten into. I'm gonna guess that over the past 10 years, I've been asked, it's got to be at least 20 times a year, times 10 is 200 times minimum. People say, well, how many times a day should I train? How many times a day do you train? I'm going to give you the straight dope for me. You train all you want or not as much as you want, but I train this puppy once a day. I mean, he comes out for, especially if we're going to film, he gets trained once a day. The rest of the time he's resting up for this wonderful thing that's going to happen to him. It's going to happen because it's going to be the highlight of his day. It's not something he's going to get his belly full of so he doesn't want to do it. He's going to wait for this one thing to happen every day. And even then it's not on Sunday because I have other things going on Sunday. So called going to church. Anyway, so So when I do get him out, he thinks he's been waiting since all yesterday, 24 hours he's had to wait. So that's an important thing. Now people say, well, is 3 times a day enough if I, do it before work and then do it at lunch and then, yeah, it's plenty. If you have a dog with enormous energy and drive and desire, you could probably do that. But it's not necessary. And to me, that's sort of pushing it. And then people say, well, he doesn't seem to have a lot of focus, or he's not really energized. It's because he's getting too much of what he wants. So the trick is making him so nuts about wanting to do something that it keeps him always waiting, always wanting more. So if you can somehow regulate yourself to make that happen, it'd be really good for your puppy. Now, this puppy is, to me, very well balanced. He gets his training, he gets a walk, he gets to hang around in the office with me, he gets to come to the house for dinner. He gets all kinds of stuff. It's got nothing to do with here, sit, bumpers, kennel, none of that. And consequently, he's pretty happy no matter what we do. Today, he went with me to get the oil changed in the Jeep. He went in the office with me. He met the president of Lopez Auto and a police detective that was there and several other people. And then he sat with me and watched Judge Judy for 40 minutes. So he had that experience today. It's called socializing. So I just want to, I really wanted to bring out the point of how much to train. It's a curve like this. And when you, what are you doing? When you are training, you're adding more and more desire, more and more focus. You don't wait till he starts to lose interest to quit. You quit if you all got a pencil, write this down. Quit before the peak, not after the peak. After the peak, you've gone too far. He's already sick of it. So, what do they call that? An opening monologue? Now I'm going to start with the crate. I call it back to home plate. Some people insist. They're just so crazy about the place. I don't like a place. I like a crate. A crate is a word I use all the time. Kennel. It means something to the dog. He gets his dinner. Kennel. Ooh, he gets his dinner. Hop in the crate. Oh, he gets a mark. They learn that word. Later on, I can be 400 yards away and say kennel, and it's like doing a blind. But he has learned that one word, and it's a word that is practical. Place, to me, is just an irrelevant word. Anyway, you don't have your dinner. Oh, place. It sounds like some teenage girls talking about something. Anyway, let's get started on back to home plate. I'll be stressing kennel. I'll be stressing fetch, hold, and I'm going to put him in a situation where I can throw him some little marks. I will not throw him a mark if he's looking at me. I'm going to use the mark as a way to get his attention from what he thinks is so important in life. It's going to be a twig or a mud pie or something a leaf. So some people say, oh, he won't pay attention to me. That's because the twig is more important and more interesting than you are. So I'm going to wait till he thinks a twig is important, and then I'm going to throw a bumper. And that's how I'm going to start his marking. So, danger. There he is. He's relaxed, but I'm going to show you once you start this conditioning how he gets unrelaxed. Okay, come on, buddy. Let's get going here. Right? See that? Right now. Right? Ready? Fetch. Good. Hey, the good boy. All right. He's a good boy. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to reinforce the sit command, not even using the collar right now. Sit, sit, good, sit, sit. I'm going to do that just a little bit and then ready, bite, bite, good. Sit. Now I'm going to get my powerful electric collar out. Sit, 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 sit. I'm nicking. It's like sit, nick. There, it's just a very, comes right together. Sit, nick, sit, nick, sit, nick. Good boy. Ready, ready. See that focus? He knows he's waiting. He's waiting for something great to happen. Sit, sit, sit. Ready? Fetch. Hey, doing a good boy. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready to go in the kennel. Come on, come on over. You're getting tangled up, buddy. Come here, let's go. Kennel, kennel. Good. Okay, that's his second time, but he gets it because he gets his meals in kennels. He knows all about it. Sit. I'm reinforcing his sit, sit, sit. Now I'm using an electric collar. Sit, sit, sit. I'm going to put out a bumper. Sit, 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 sit. Fetch. Hey, that a boy. Good, good. Kennel. Sit. All right, now I'm going to stop and tell you what just happened there. I dropped a bumper. He looked at it. Then he looked at me. And when he looked at me, I sent him for it. I let him have it. He was getting it from me. If he had just stared at the bumper, I wouldn't have sent him. I would have sat there an hour. He would have had to look at me because I'm the source of the things that he wants. And that's what we have to all remember about animals in general. If you want them to really be your pal and to be willing to do anything you want them to do. Okay. Hey. So now I'm gonna, that's one little lesson. I'm gonna do that one more time. It's not like I'm gonna do it 100 times. I'm gonna do it one more time. It'll be his second time. Ready? Kennel. Good. Sit. Good. Sit. 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 Ready? Bet. You're catching on. Attaboy. Okay, good. So now I'm done with that now. Now I'm going to start to walk, and I want him to drift off and get interested in a twig. Dape, dape, dape. You notice that backhand throw? Attaboy, attaboy, attaboy. All right, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Hey! Sit. Now I'm going to work on sit. Hold, hold, good, good, hold, hold, out. Good boy. You're a very good boy, aren't you? All right. So now I'm going to make believe like I'm not going to do anything more except parade around a little bit. I know what he wants to do. He wants to go jump in that pond, and I want him to, but I want him to do it in a certain way. Don't look at me right now. Let's keep going. Night. So I used his lack of focus on me as a way to regain focus, and then I threw a mark, and he gets to have a nice swim that he loves. Why does he love it? Because I made him love it. I made him think that that was the funnest thing he's done, and it started with about a 2-footer. Now he's up to 30 yards. All right, pretty good. Hey. Okay, the camera crew just informed me that throw was behind the tree, so I'm going to do that one more time. You know, nobody's perfect. So he already he's starting to get the picture that I want him to go out in front of me. Bye. So that's the way I do marks. I don't do marks by sitting on the ground with the puppy, having a bird boy out there throwing a bird that he might not see, and then doing battle with him online, finally cutting him loose. This way, he keeps his focus on the fall, and that's what I'm interested in. Okay, bud. Very, very good. Okay. Look at him go. Hey, bye. Bye. Come on, don't shake now. Just come after me. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, good boy. Good. I was going to have him sit, but there's an anthill right there, so I decided against it. So anyway, that's his lesson for today. He's headed for the water. Hey, let's go. I want to get one land retrieve. As soon as I can get him to disengage from me, I'm going to re-engage, and right after he finishes that, die. Good. Okay. Okay. Sit. Hold. Hold. Very good. Good boy. All right. Right now, you just saw how I start to teach hold. If you take that opportunity and start banging them under the jaw and saying, hold, I told you to hold. If you're going to do that, you're going to destroy all these other things. You gently hold it in his mouth. You have your palm on under his jaw, and you say hold and scratch his belly. And over a period of time, I don't give you anything for that retrieve. He got him some grass. So anyway, that's the key on that deal. You don't make a dog do anything. You get him to do it at this age so he learns there's nothing unpleasant about it. But if you're yanking him around and poking stuff in his mouth and banging under his, I've seen it 1,000 times, all these many experts, that's how they do it. And they think that that's the right way, but I don't. I think the way to teach something is to get them to do it a few times and tell them that's what you want, and over and say, so they believe, hey, that's what I do to get something else that I want. Go on up, get him. Atta boy. Very good.